You are beautiful. You are strong. You are love. You deserve to have the life you desire. It doesn't matter what others say about you. It's about what you say about you. You are worthy. Hey yo, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be discussing the prison system, and so I'm not going to do a super long intro or anything. I'm just actually going to just jump straight into it. America holds 5% of the world's population and yet 25% of the world's prisoners. The prison population in 1972, 300,000, and over time it led up to a whopping 2.3 million today. Black men account for 6.5% of the population and yet make up 40.2% of the prison population. Is this really the land of the free? The media portrayed black men and black boys as super predators, even now today. And so the brainwashing that a lot of people have towards black men and black children is very poor and very negative, saying things that they were fatherless, godless, jobless. Black men have no conscience, no empathy. I think it's the most absurd thing ever, but over time, the media just portrayed black men as animals and predators. And the sad thing about it is that black people bought into those policies that criminalize their own children. And so not only are black men portrayed as predators and criminals, the history of interracial rape in this country record is far more by white rape against black women than of black men against white women. Human beings are not born to be locked up and caged. But you know, taking one's liberties isn't enough, especially for the guards that patrol the prisons. They have to, for some reason, dehumanize those prisoners. And that makes me wonder if, like we once thought about the police, are they going through those steps required before they even get the position as a guard in those prisons? Are they being psychologically evaluated? I know that was a question when it came to the police force because we were having just so many ridiculous outbursts and killings for absolutely no reason. And then even now, I know that there are a lot of abuses that take place that make me wonder how these guards don't feel that they are also criminal, raping and beating the inmates. It's not acceptable. It's quite disgusting and shameful. And I wonder if those problems are ever even addressed in most prisons today. I know what you're probably thinking. Our justice system is A1, right? And I know you're saying that we all have the same rights and liberties toward jewelry. What you probably didn't know is that 97% of black people who are sent to prison take the plea. They never see a jewelry. I honestly don't know why, but I could probably bet that it has something to do with the prosecutors, in which 95% of the prosecutors all over the US, white American. They strike the fear of having to do longer sentences if they don't accept the plea. So even if they didn't even commit the crime or are completely innocent, they are scared out of their boots and very nervous to take their case to a jury because, as you all know, the system is rigged against them. And so they figure that they probably are going to have such a loss of a chance from the beginning that they don't even try. It's quite disturbing. And so they take the easier way out, which is the plea, because a jury and a trial could mean a longer time, whether they did the crime or not. And no one wants to do a longer sentence away from their family as is. If everyone decided to go to trial, the entire system would shut down, because it would be impossible to see all those cases and to have dates that wouldn't go past some people's actual times. And I feel like that would enable a huge shift in society with how they start convicting people and calling them criminals. And so you're probably thinking, where are our Black leaders who stand up for this type of injustices, who would be there to help solve these issues? And all I have to say to you is that you can tell the story of white leadership in America and never mention the FBI one time. But you can't tell the story of Black leadership in America without having to deal with the full weight of the criminal justice system weaponizing its Black dissent. We have a criminal justice system that treats you better if you're rich and guilty than if you're poor and innocent. I'm sure that you will find it that if you do something wrong, you can agree with me when I say that once you pay it back, you should be able to move forward with your life. In America, there's absolutely no closure. We are telling Americans that when you pay your debt back to society, your citizenship will still be denied from you. In a couple seconds, you're actually going to see a screen come up, and it's going to show you some of the different difficulties that ex-prisoners face. Once they've entered the criminal justice system. There has never been a period in our history where the law and order branch of the state has not operated against the freedoms, the liberties, the options, the choices that have been available for the Black community, generally speaking. To ignore that racial heritage, to ignore that historical context, means that you can't have an informed debate about the current state of Black people and police relationships today. Because this didn't appear out of nothing. This is the product of a centuries-long historical process. Police violence is a reflection of a much larger, brutal system of racial and social control known as mass incarceration, which authorizes this kind of police violence. It's about changing the way this country understands human dignity. And so, if you have a loved one that is locked up today in jail or in a prison system, my prayers are with you and with that inmate. I want you to always pray for them, to go and check on them if you can, and to be with them throughout this entire process. We all know that the justice system is betting against them at all times, and they do not need anyone else to not be there with them through this excruciating process and journey. The criminal justice system will change. It will not always be like this. But while it is, we will pray for those who are enduring those injustices. It will get better. Remember that you create your own destiny. Peace and love until next time. Live well.